We are going to continue working into our hips this morning for our dynamic practice, but we're going to start off nice and slow. So let's come back to our mats and come to lie down on our backs. And you can choose here. You could either bend your knees and bring the soles of the feet to the floor, your knees together. Or if you feel like you want a little bit more opening through the inner thigh and the hips, you could bring the soles of the feet together and open the knees out wide, coming into your Supta Baddha Konasana position. Just take whatever feels inviting to your body this morning. And then coming into that position, take a moment just to give yourself up to gravity. Feel your whole body resting down. And then just checking in with your body and how it feels from the tips of your toes, working your way through your legs to your hips, lower back, mid back, upper back and shoulders, all the way down your arms to your fingertips, and then neck and the base of the head. And then just getting a sense of your whole body as one. And then feeling into your breath. And here you might want to bring your hands to rest down on your hip bones and your lower belly. Just allow the arms to relax. And then start to bring your awareness into your breath. Can you feel the natural rise of your lower abdomen? Gently rising on the inhale and gently subsiding on the exhale. Breathing in without any sense of force. And then the breath just naturally falls away on the exhale. Taking a couple more rounds like that, and just knowing that when you breathe in this way, down low and wide into your body, you're using your diaphragm. So that circular muscle that connects all the way round the body, the lower ribs. And by breathing in this way, it's very soothing for the body, but it also allows you to take in a little bit more breath. How does it feel to invite the breath down into this part of your body? And then from here, if you have your knees wide apart, you're just going to bring your knees back together. And then from here, maybe blinking open the eyes, or you could keep the eyes closed. Extend the left leg long and start to hug the right knee into your chest. Maybe you want to just draw the knee out to the side slightly and then hug it back in. Taking our wind removing pose on this side. And then just softening the shoulders back down if they've crept up. From here, let's take 3 circles with this knee. Trying to make these circles as smooth as possible. Noticing all the sensations you may feel at the front of the hip. And then moving in the other direction. Keeping the back of the pelvis, grounding down. Then coming back to stillness, let's take 3 ankle circles in one direction. And then circles in the other direction. And then from here, taking hold of the sole of the foot with the left hand. Start to draw your foot towards your body and your knee that a little bit further away. So we're in a figure of 4 position. And then you may decide with your right hand to just draw it underneath the left shin and wrap it around and just take hold of the outer edge of the shin. And then you're just going to rock the leg from left to right a couple of times, just massaging out the lower back, massaging out the sacrum, and then also just getting this bit of movement into the hip joint this morning. How does that feel? Keep the breath nice and low in the body. And then coming back to stillness. Let's draw the left knee up to meet it. So we come into this little reclined pigeon here. Just keep it nice and easy. And let's start to draw that left knee in towards the body. I like to flex both of my feet in this variation. It just helps to just keep everything in that little bit more of a straight line in the right leg, so we're not torquing at the knee. And then just allowing your breath to take you inwards, maybe closing the eyes once again. You decide movement or stillness here. And then from here, open out your arms into a T, and then start to draw your legs over towards the left. So you're just drawing that foot down just to take it into a gentle twist to the left. And just encouraging both shoulder blades down. Take a full breath in, a full breath out. Coming back to center, and then hugging both knees into your chest. Softening down through the shoulders. And then let's take that to the other side. So now hugging in the left knee towards your chest, drawing down and extending the right. And before you move, just get a sense of balance of weight between left and right shoulder. And then notice any tension in the neck. Can you just allow that to relax? And then from here, taking those hip circles. So really using this movement as an invitation to nourish your body. And going in the other direction. Maybe we feel more or we feel less on one side. Just noticing these things. And then come to stillness, taking now the ankle circles. Have you got sound effects like me going on today? And then let's start to take hold of the sole of the foot with the right hand as you gently draw that knee away, draw the foot close towards you. And then taking hold of the shin with the other hand, start to rock the shin from left to right. Then knee draws up to meet the opposite leg, and then let's take it into this little reclined pigeon here. Breathing in, breathing out. Seeing if you can just soften, and then opening out the arms wide. Let's take it over now to the right side. You're just allowing the foot and the leg to rest. Don't worry how much it comes down towards the ground. Taking a full breath in, a full breath out. Come back to center. Give yourself a big squeeze, massaging out your lower back. And then you could either roll onto one side if you want to make it a little bit more gentle, or you could hold onto the backs of the legs and rock and roll up and down your spine a couple of times before we take it into crossing over at the ankles and coming into all fours. Spread your 10 fingers wide. Good morning, Deem. You haven't got your camera on either. I don't know if you can, if that's intentional. And then moving from side to side. So just easing out your hips. So this month is all about our hips. Oh, perfect. So just easing out by moving from side to side, feeling into the outer edges of our bodies. And then coming back to stillness, spread those 10 fingers wide. Press down and feel like you're lifting up out of your wrists. And then from here, everyone, let's take some rounds of cat-cow. So breathing in, allowing the belly to lower, tailbone to rise. Feel that broadening across your pelvis. And then as you exhale, come to cat. Feel as though you're almost tucking your tail underneath you. If you had a cat tail, tucking it under. And then coming back to cow, broadening not only the pelvis, but also the chest, shoulders moving away from your ears. And now let's really start to match our breath. Can we lengthen the breath so it completely coordinates and fits with the movement? So sometimes we can run out of breath halfway through. Just notice where your breath's at this morning. And then let's come back to our neutral position. And then bring both feet together to touch, big toes together to touch. Take it down into child's pose. Full breath in. Full breath out. Stretch those hands forward. And then start to really engage through the arms so much that the forearms lift off. And then keep pressing those hands down. Such a beautiful stretch for our lower backs in the morning. And then from here, let's bring ourselves back up into our all fours position. And then you're just going to move into a squat here, but we're going to start to draw the body weight back. As you draw the body weight back, inhale, and then exhale, step your right foot forward to the outside of your right hand. And then inhale, draw the body weight back. Feel that sense of lifting up through the pelvis as you exhale, left hand to the outside of your left hand. We're in a little squat at the beginning, at the front of our mats. And then just encouraging our tailbones down. Feel like you're encouraging the top of your head up. Can you bring the weight back so it feels as though you're going to roll over almost? And then hold it there. Start to squeeze your knees around your upper arm bones and start to gently press against the inner part of your knee with your elbows. And then just check in. Does it feel like there's more effort going on in your body than ease? Or is it the other way around? Can we find that balance between effort and ease here? We can usually find more ease by bringing our awareness back to our breath. So last couple of breaths here. So we're really working into our hips here. And then bring your hands down to the ground. Start to draw the body into a forward fold and then bring your legs back to parallel. And then from here, soften through the knees, come to ragdoll. Providing that supportive little shelf for your body with your thighs. Then from here, allow the arms to dangle and maybe just give it a bit of a shake out as you come to stand. Thinking about just tucking that tailbone under and keeping the chin down on the chest. Let's move and make our way to stand. Arms just flopping to give yourself that nice release through the back, through the spine. And then coming to take your mountain pose. Let's roll our shoulders a couple of times, drawing them up towards the ears and then down. And then encouraging them away from the ears. Taking a full breath in. A full breath out. Breathe in, sweep your arms up to the sky, looking up. And then exhale, forward fold. Lifting halfway. Exhaling, hands down to the mat. Left foot back, right foot back. We're in our high plank. Pushing the mat away. Drawing your bottom down, give it a squeeze. And then from here, knees come down. Untuck your toes, point your toes, lower your body down in a nice straight line. Breathing in, lifting to cobra, hovering our hands, keep it nice and low. And then check in with those shoulders, draw them away from the ears and hug your elbows close to your body. Take it back to child's pose on the exhale. And then make your way to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Pedal out your legs if you need to. Full breath out. And just checking in with the back of the head and neck. Where can you find a little bit more ease in this part of your body? Maybe it's by squeezing the upper arm bones, imagining you're trying to squeeze them together. Stabilizing through the shoulder. Make this your last breath here. And then on the inhale, look forwards between the hands. And you could either hop or you could step and make your way towards the front of the mat. As soon as you get to the front, you're breathing in, you're finding that halfway lift. The inhale takes you up. The exhale takes you back down, forward fold. Breathe in to reach up. Feel that breath take you all the way up. And then exhale, we're coming straight back down, folding down. Breathing in, lifting halfway, lengthen through your spine. Exhaling now, right hand back, right leg back, left leg back, high plank. Push the mat away. And then just stay here for a moment, firm up your thighs, firm up your core. And then maybe knees down or maybe full chaturanga. If you're coming down through chaturanga, just allowing the body to come forward, but there's no dipping of the belly and there's no dipping of the hips. Everything stays in a nice straight line. Push the ground away in your upward facing dog. Draw your pelvis forward, shoulders come back, pressing feet into the ground. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Staying here for 3 breaths. Finding that length by pressing the hands forward and down. Drawing the legs down to the ground. Don't worry if your heels are not in contact with the ground. That's the direction of travel. Taking your final breath here. Can you feel the length through that side body? Then from here, everyone, inhaling, right leg lifts to the sky. Drawing that leg up and back. Checking in with the hands. Are all 10 fingers and the knuckles of those fingers, are they pressing down into the mat? That gives you the stability to lift your leg in the air. And then from here, bend through the knee, stacking right hip on top of left. Take a moment here to feel into this opening. Notice if the shoulders want to start twisting. Can you keep this opening just happening in the hips? Staying here for one more breath, flexing through that right foot, drawing it closer towards the butt cheek on the other side, and then extending the leg long. Extend, find that length, pressing into hands one more time. And then from here, how close to your body can you get your knee as you bring the weight forward? You're hovering that leg, and then you're placing the foot down. Bring the back knee down, take a low lunge, reach your arms up to the sky. Maybe it feels nice here to take a little back bend so you could draw the weight down and forward into your hips. But find that length in your back and then start to bring the body back. So you're finding the length in your back by keeping your glutes really switched on here. You don't have to go too far back to get that beautiful stretch down the front of the left thigh and hip. Staying here for one more breath. And then bringing your hands down to the ground. Start to reach your left forearm down if it goes that far. Otherwise, it's just hand just on the mat. So left forearm potentially down, and then we're reaching up with our right arm, reaching forward, and if you can, placing the right hand down just in front of the left, so off to the left corner of your mat. Your hand is probably off the mat. And then you're just allowing the head to bow. We're in a lizard variation here, tiptoeing those hands forward to find that elongation of your right side body. And then everyone come back to your breath. Breath is our foundation of all of these postures. And I just notice the difference it makes when you're thinking about the position of your body or engaging, and then you come back to your breath. You're like, okay, I've got it. That's when it makes all the difference. And then from here, bringing both hands back to frame that front foot. Let's take it into an easy twist. So left hand in line with that right foot, bringing and peeling that right arm up to the sky. And then let's take that back leg off the ground. And then just turning your body in the direction of the side wall. And then from here, either staying here or taking it into a Shiva's twist. I like to step my hand forward because I've got longer arms, but you may be able to keep your hand where it is, play around with it a little bit. And then we're going to turn our feet in the direction of the right, so off to the side. So all 10 toes turning towards the right. And then we're going to dip our hips and draw our arm back. So your hips are just dipping down, yes. And then reach those hips up to the sky as you extend your arm in front of you. So now the arm is extending forwards. And then on the exhale, you're coming back down, dipping those hips back down. So it feels a bit awkward sometimes this, but a lot of it is to do with the hand positioning in the left. And then drawing that back down. So nice stretch for the outer edge of the hip. And then bring both feet back, both hands back rather. And we're going to lift up our right leg, take it back to three-legged dog. And then from here, you decide either that foot comes down and you make your way through a normal vinyasa, or we could take it down through a one-legged plank. So you come forward, that leg still lifted, and then you bend your elbows. You're coming into a one-legged chaturanga if you so wish. Taking it into an upward facing dog, taking it back to downward facing. Full breath in. Full breath out. We're moving straight to the other side. Left leg lifts up to the sky, three-legged dog. Bending at the knee, finding that rotation through our hips, but without that rotation making its way all the way down your spine, keeping that back nice and square. Keep drawing that heel towards the opposite butt cheek as you flex through that foot, and then come back to your breath. What changes in that posture for you? And then from here, prepare to bring that leg forward, but we're moving slowly. And that knee is going to try and brush our body as it comes past. We transfer the weight forward. We're in this little core plank position. And then you're stepping the foot down, bringing the back knee down, bringing those arms up to the sky, taking it into our low lunge, immediately active in these glutes. If you like, you could take it into a little bit more of a back bend and quad stretch here by dipping down, bringing the weight forward. So it's as though you're lowering your hips down, and then you're reaching your arms up and perhaps starting to lift the upper chest, keeping those glutes switched on, staying here for a couple of breaths, feeling into that sense of length. And then hands come down. From here, we're going to bring that right forearm down for that lizard variation. And if you just don't find this works for your body, then take any variation of lizard you would like. Lifting that left arm up, placing it down to the outside of the mat on the right hand side now. And then just letting the head relax down. I like to keep drawing that left knee into the center line, but maybe you prefer to open out your knee and keep it a little wider. So in our lizard position, we're really feeling into that front hip, but perhaps we're also getting a stretch down the front side of the right leg. And then from here, let's take it into our easy twist. So right hand presses down to the ground, and then you're peeling up through that left arm. Nice easy twist. But just notice again the difference when you press that right hand down, press down into that back foot. Then you have that leverage in order to allow the body to turn to the left. Staying here for one more breath, strong and straight in that back leg. And then from here, either staying here or taking that Shiva's twist. Perhaps you want to jump your hand on the right forward a little bit. And then from here, we're going to turn our toes to the left. So you're on the blade edges, the outer edges of your feet here. And then your arm draws back. You're lowering your hips. You dip down. Then you lift your hips up. Arm travels as though you're in your extended side angle. It's reaching forwards. And then exhaling, hips dip as you look to the back of your mat. And then lift up, reaching forwards. And then taking it back one more time, coming all the way down. And then travel those hands back to the front of the mat. Feet turning now to 12 o'clock again. And then from here, we've got our opportunity to take our one-legged plank if we want to challenge ourselves. So we're going to draw that leg back up to our three-legged dog to start. Left leg draws back. And then from here, think about tipping the body weight forward. That left leg is still lifted. We start to bend into our arms. Can we take it down into Chaturanga here? And then bring both feet down, upward facing dog. Takes it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in here, full breath out. Amazing work, everyone. And then from here, we're here for 3 breaths. So you could take it to child's pose. You could stay in downward facing dog. You could take it into dolphin. Seeing what you need here. Whatever position you're in, you're using this as an opportunity to connect with breath. Wonderful, everyone. And then whatever variation you're taking, making your way back to downward facing dog. And then we're lifting right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Bending through the knee once again, stacking hip, staying here for 1 breath. And then extending the leg back behind you. Draw that leg close to the body. We're coming forward into our high lunge. Stepping the foot down, reaching up, lifting up. Growing that little bit taller through our spines. Checking in that the body's not reaching forward. Can we bring everything back into alignment here? Stacking shoulders above hips. And then from here, start to press your hands as though you're pressing and pushing a car. Let's take it into an arrow lunge. Let's challenge our thighs, our legs here. Can we keep pressing those hands forward as we bring our bodies forward and down? Strong, straight back leg. And then hands transfer to alongside your body with your palms facing down. Everyone, draw your shoulders away from your ears. And then look forward, find a spot to focus on. We're going to lift up into our warrior 3. Find that balance. Don't worry about the height of the leg. See if you can find that balance and keep drawing that left hip bone down. Beautiful. Feel the shoulders moving away from your ears. Press your hands down into that imaginary wall. Staying here for 1 more breath. Maybe towards the end, lifting that leg up that little bit higher. And then how softly can we bring that foot down? Take it back to our high lunge. Reach your arms up. Take a full breath in, a full breath out, and then open out. Warrior 2. Beautiful. Taking a moment here to encourage that front knee out. And as you do so, is your body coming forward? If it is, bring it back. Draw the body back. Staying here, softening through the shoulders. Allowing the hips to sink. I'll take this position at the back of my mats to show you. You guys know this anyway. And then from here, extended side angle, reaching, you can either have your forearm on your leg, you could bring the hand down to the outside of the ankle and you could hug in, and then we're reaching the arm up and over. If you were to look up, you would get a beautiful view of your armpit. I like to look in a neutral position because it hurts my neck, but perhaps the real pose, the classical pose, is looking up. So see how you go with that, looking up under your armpit, and then coming back to your warrior two for a moment. And then from here, reaching your arms up to the sky, exhale, windmill your hands down, frame your front foot, and take your vinyasa here. Full breath in your downward facing dog, full breath out. Breathe in and lift your left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Finding that length and then bending through the knees, stacking left hip on top of right. And then extending the leg, drawing it back behind you, three-legged dog. In here, let's think about drawing our hip bone down. So you're engaging through the glutes in order to find that evenness through the pelvis. And then through here, draw that knee as close to the body as you can. As you start to draw in through the abdomen, you're coming forward in that little core plank. And then step the foot forward. We're in our high lunge now on the left. Press into that front leg. Firm up that back thigh. And then we're taking it into our arrow lunge as you press those hands forward without losing any of the strength and power in your legs. This is a nice little workout for the core as well as for our thighs. And then from here, draw the arms back behind you. Press those hands down. Roll those shoulders back. Look at that spot just in front of your mat. Find that place. Don't blink your eyes. And then take off into your warrior three. And then just really thinking about finding that anchor point in that front leg. So the more you press down into that big toe mound, that place at the base of your big toe on the left, the more it will anchor you. We tend to roll out when we fall out of this pose. So keep pressing down. Staying here for another couple of breaths. Notice what's happening to your shoulders. Draw them away from your ears. And then take that foot back so you land as softly and lightly as you can in your lunge. And then open out, warrior two. Maybe taking that back foot back a touch. Lower those hips down. Come back to your breath. Extended side angle, hand either on the floor or you could take it forearm to thigh. Looking up if that feels supportive for your neck. If not, keep your head in a different position, but just keep your gaze in one spot. So the more we look around with our eyes, the more our attention gets diverted. And then just allow your hips to sink, keeping that back leg super strong. And then come all the way back up. We're in our warrior two, challenging your legs, keep that depth. And then reaching those hands up, framing that front foot. And then take it back into a high plank. We're staying here in our high plank, drawing your bottom down. And then from here, take it back to downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Take it into half pigeon. Draw the knee down behind the right wrist, sliding that left leg long. Bringing yourself up onto fingertips. You could always use a prop underneath the right side if that feels more supportive. And then if you're going to take it into more of a passive pigeon, Start to walk your hands forward and allow yourself to fold. Forehead comes to the ground. Opportunity here to take your focus inwards, closing your eyes, experiencing the breath in your body. Noticing any pockets of tension. Can you release? Start to make your way back out into downward facing dog. And then lifting left leg to the sky. Drawing left knee to the left wrist. Placing that shin down. And then just bringing yourself back up into that slightly upright spine position, pressing down into hands, softening shoulders. Before you start to fold, check in. Is there tension in your jaw, in your face? Can you relax? And then from this relaxed place, start to tiptoe your hands forward, making this, if you can, a gift to your body this morning. I know it can feel really tight at times, and we meet resistance. But rather than fight resistance on our yoga mats and throughout our day, can we just accept where we're at? Best place to make changes, transformation if we need it. Taking a full breath in, a full breath out. And then bringing yourself back out, coming down onto your knees, and then we're going to make our way onto our backs. Bending through the legs. Reaching your arms forward and just taking yourself down, reversing and allowing the back to round. Coming all the way down to the ground. And then from here, let's draw our knees in towards our chest. And then we're just going to draw the legs over to the right. Coming into this little twist. Allowing everything to soften through your shoulders. Allowing the body weight to draw down over to the right. And then just returning to the breath, feeling it low and wide in your body. And then coming back through center. Start to draw the legs over to the other side. Finding a place of ease in your body. Then coming back to center. Once again, giving yourself a big squeeze as you hug your knees close to your body. Maybe massaging out your lower back and sacrum by moving from side to side. All your hard work is done. Allowing your legs to extend long, arms rest down. Shavasana. Start to bring your awareness back into your body. Deepen your breath. Bring some movement back to your body, however feels intuitive to you. And then perhaps hugging one knee into your chest and hugging the other. Making your way onto your right side. And then just pausing there. Giving yourself the time to transition into your day. And then finding your comfortable seat. Relaxing the hands and arms down. Closing the eyes. Let's bring our focus back to our breath. Allowing the belly to soften. As you take a couple of conscious breaths here. Bringing your hands together in prayer at heart center. Pausing here to feel a sense of appreciation for your body, for your breath, the power of this practice. And then raising your thumb knuckles to your forehead. Together we bow. Namaste.